Hello there, everyone. I don't know why I just started with a little second of silence, but whatever, it was fun. Uh, Hi, I'm here. I'm back. I'm front. I don't know. That was a stupid joke. Edit that out, please. All right. Um. Hi. How's your week been? Uh, first month of 2021's almost over. I don't know. The whole year thing. It's really not that big a deal. Like, I don't know. I mean, years that I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. I mean, years are like a big thing, obviously, because years take up, you know, a long time. A year is a long time. It's also kind of not. But, like, I feel like people grouping things into specific years, unless the year was specifically so many things happened or was really terrible, like last year, like, people grouping things into the years, it just kind of, I don't know, doesn't really make much sense to me. But then again, I'm pretty tired, and I might just be thinking of these things wrong. But I don't know. That might have come out wrong. Let me rephrase it again. I guess just generalizing things into years. Generalizing things in general. I'm a huge fan of labels and stuff. But that's a completely different conversation. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I forgot what got me to this conversation topic, but whatever. Conversations like that, even ones that you're having with no one else besides you. You know, it's more common when you're talking to someone else, but it still happens when you're talking to yourself or to many people that can't respond to you at the moment. Um, that's fun. Yeah, what I've been doing. I'm so glad you asked. Uh, oh my god. Um, Still not much. Nothing much else besides same as always, really, doing schoolwork and stuff. Have I talked about how I'm writing like a story or whatever? Have I talked about this on the show? I don't know if I have. I mean, I'll go more into detail some other time. But I am writing a story. Talk about it when I'm finished with it. Not like a published or anything. It's just a little thing. It's for fun. Like how many pages? Like 20 pages in, I think. It's like a short story. That's supposed to be a novel or whatever. I'm gonna keep updating it for a long, long time. But because it's like real things that have happened. But yeah, I worked a little bit on that this week. We're trying to work on it frequently enough. But a lot of the times I forget or have too much other work to do, and that's not fun. Yeah, watching things like I talked about. It was the last couple of times I've talked about JoJo, and I watched part 3, and I finished part 3 last week. Last week? Yeah, it was around a week ago. And I have watched a lot of part 4 too. Like this week I've watched a lot of it, which is fun. And I do really like it. I think I like it more than part 3 actually. And definitely part 1. See, for the people don't know, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the anime, is split into parts. There are 8 parts, only 5 of which have been adapted into anime yet. Uh, 8, all 8 parts are manga. Yeah. So that's JoJo. And I've seen parts 1 through 3. I'm getting relatively close to finishing part 4. I'm still like a little close to the middle, but definitely farther than the halfway point. So yeah. I want to rewatch part 1 and 2 though. Part 1 and 2 were shorter, and they're put into one season. But parts 3, 4, and 5 each had their own season. Right? Yeah. Um, uh, what was I talking about? JoJo. I'm sorry, man. I don't even feel that tired, but my brain definitely does. It's working very, very slowly. Yeah, it happens. Anyway, yeah, but I want to rewatch part 1 and 2 because it's been a long time since I've seen it. First of all, when I started watching JoJo, I wasn't watching it like consistently, unlike other shows or anime that I've watched. Like I watched a lot of part 1 uh this time. It was like years ago. I was in like 5th grade. And I watched a lot of part 1. And I don't know if I stopped in between part 1 and 2. No, I don't think I did. I watched episode 1 of part 2, like either right after I finished part 1 or soon after. But I don't know, I just took weird like breaks in the middle of it. But yeah, I just couldn't finish it for a while. Not because of a lack of interest, just because I forgot to. That's really it. But yeah, but I finished part 1 and 2, like, 3 years, Jesus Christ, like around 3 years ago, you know. It was close to that, maybe a little longer, maybe a little shorter, I don't know, what is time? And then I took, like, not a long break, but finished part 1 and 2, and that was it. I liked part 2, you know. I like part 1 and 2. I liked part 1. I like part 2 more. And part 2 is better, and I'm pretty sure I'll think the same thing when I rewatch it, because I will rewatch it at some point. But yeah, and so I did that, and for a long time, I just kind of stopped and didn't watch part 3, and I just kind of watched some other things, did some other things. It was a long period, like I said, around 3 years. It was pretty close to that, yeah. And then, eventually, my brother, who really likes anime a lot more than me, and likes JoJo a lot, he just kind of, not snapped angrily, but just kind of, something awakened within him. And we watched, like, a little less than half of part 3 one night, just because he was like, Nate, you need to watch this. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll watch it. I didn't have any objections. I wanted to watch part 3, but I just kept forgetting to, because that's life. And I really liked it. And I really liked part 4. And JoJo's very good. So yeah, it was a long gap between part 1 and 2 and where we're at now. So I want to rewatch those. Yeah, around that time period is when I was watching a lot of anime. And I wouldn't watch them quite as much, but I watch a lot more movies, you know. And what else did I watch this week? Just a couple, really. Watched Lady Bird, which is on Netflix, and I heard it was really good, and it was really good, actually. I liked it a lot. Yeah, just a good movie in general. It was pretty funny. I kept forgetting that it was classified as a comedy when I was thinking about it, because it was on my watch list for a while, because I heard it was good, and I was like, yeah, I want to watch it. And it was on Netflix, so it's easy to get to. It was pretty funny, you know, I liked it a lot. That's really it. I don't know if I have anything else specific to say about it. I mean, I like the theater parts about it, because I like theater in general. So, yeah. And just today, I was kind of half watching this. I was also playing Monopoly at the same time. I watched the movie Highlander with my family. And I know my dad's either seen it a lot or just, I don't know, knows a lot about it. And the first one, I know there are a lot of them. And so I wasn't exactly watching it. It was just kind of listening or hearing, and I looked over. But so I saw about half the movie, yeah. But I was there the whole time I was playing. So I got the main gist, but definitely not the specifics. A lot of Queen songs in it, and I like that because I love Queen. They're an amazing band. One of my favorites, definitely. But from what I saw, I liked it. Good movie, you know, from the 80s. I like the 80s. Things from the 80s, you know. What else? I don't know. I'm playing more, like, Lego games, as I've talked about here. Like more Lego Marvel, which I hadn't played in a bit. It's been like 1 or 2 weeks since I've played it last. And, yeah, I'm getting there. Good game. I like it. Definitely the most, like, modern Lego game I've played. Because, you know, I only got back into them after years of not playing a single one. You know, it was this year. Not this year. Last year. I keep forgetting it's a new year. Whatever, we talked about this earlier. Yeah. There were a couple things that kind of got it back, like an ounce of Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. I was like, oh yeah, I really want to get that. But I should play, you know, the original again. And so I did. And, you know, and Lego Indiana Jones and Batman and stuff. Those are the original 3. Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Batman. Lego Star Wars and Lego Batman were my favorites when I was younger. But also Lego Indiana Jones. And I'm getting really close to 100%ing Lego Indiana Jones, which I'm also playing kind of in correlation with Lego Marvel, the first one. I have all 3, but I want to finish the first one before I get to the other 2. Yeah. I thought there were only 2. Actually, only 2 Lego Marvel games. But I was wrong, you know. Then I got all 3, and I was like, oh, look, there's 3 of them. That's pretty cool. Because I got them like a bundle. Yeah. So, I have a ton of Lego games. And I want to get to playing all of them, or at least getting to all of them, you know. Maybe. Or most of them. I just like Lego games a lot. I know I've talked about this here before, but yeah. And I will complete Lego Indiana Jones. Fun game. Really fun. I still don't like it quite as much as Lego Star Wars, Lego Batman, and Lego Star Wars is still my favorite. Probably will forever be my favorite. Mostly, maybe not mostly because of nostalgia, but that's definitely a large part of it. And it's also just a really good game, and generally, I just kind of like it more than the others for one reason or another. One reason or another. That's what I meant to say. I don't know. I'll kind of blend it together because my mouth is tired and my brain is tired. My eyes slightly. All right. Anyway, it was fun. I'll see you guys later next week, or yeah, next week. That's it. All right then. See you.